Hi everyone, if you're wondering why I'm looking a little bit barefaced, it's because I'm doing a first impressions video today, as you've probably seen from the title, and it's on some of the Fleur de Force makeup which I bought from Feel Unique. So as you can see, this is definitely a very true first impressions. I haven't even opened the packaging yet. Fleur de Force, if you don't know, is a YouTuber and a blogger. She's very popular. She's got over 1 million subscribers. I don't know exactly how many now, and she's been doing this for quite a few years, and she has recently brought out a range of makeup which is sold at Feel Unique. It's quite a small collection. There's lip glosses and there's eyeshadow quads and a makeup bag. Excuse me, I'm just getting over a cold, hence my husky man voice as well. So anyway, I decided to buy 3 products. I bought 1 of the eyeshadow quads and 2 of the lip glosses, and I'm going to give you my first impressions on them today. So let me open the packaging. Oh, I should have done this off camera. So I'm going to start with the eyeshadow quad. So, oh no, it's got packaging all around it, which is good, obviously, because it's protected, but it's all fiddly. Right. So this is the eyeshadow quad I went for. It's called the Lunar Rose quad. There was 2 available of these. One was called the Cosmic something, I think, and this was called Lunar Rose. I was initially drawn to the Cosmic, the other one, because it was all bronzy and goldy shades, but I decided I've got too much of that kind of colour eyeshadows, which is why I went for this one. And this one has got 4 shades, sort of purpley on the purple pink side of things. So packaging, first of all, it's quite basic packaging, but it's pretty smart at the same time. Obviously she's gone for the more budget end price wise, so there's only so much you can do with budget packaging, but it feels pretty sturdy. The clasp was a little bit stiff actually, and there's no mirror, as you can see. The eyeshadow brush that comes with it is a proper brush rather than being one of those sponge applicators, so that's a plus. But to be honest with you, it doesn't feel like the kind of brush that I'm going to get much use out of, so I would have probably preferred if there was no brush at all. Well, it would have made no difference to me if there's any brush or not. So the size of the eyeshadows look pretty decent. It says the whole thing is 0.2 ounces, so they're probably quite shallow, but they're quite decent size sort of in terms of what you've got to put your brush in. And there's 4 colours, as you can see. So I'm going to swatch them first of all and then apply them to my lids. This, by the way, costs $7.99, so price wise I guess I'd put it in the same ballpark as Rimmel, so that's pretty decent if the quality is as good as Rimmel. So let me swatch them first. So does she give them colours? No, each one doesn't seem to have a colour name. I'm going to go in clockwise order. So the first one is going to be the top pink shade. The second one is like a shimmery lilac, I suppose. The one in the corner is a deep plum with a little bit of shimmer in. And the other one is a very light coloured lilac. First impressions swatch wise, they do feel really soft on my fingertips and on my skin. The colour payoff isn't massive, but that's always a downside, because sometimes you want an eyeshadow to be a bit more buildable. The light one you can't see on my skin at all, but that might be just because I am so pale in the first place. The one that's come off best in the swatches is this one, this more shimmery one. This one hasn't come off great. It's not very pigmented at all, but again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because you do want these things to be buildable sometimes. Just realised I didn't bring a mirror with me. But come to think of it, if you bought 3 products, you got a mirror for free, a little gift with purchase from Fleur, and it looks like this. So if you've seen that she's released a book, this sort of watercolour sort of effect that she's got on everything is in keeping with the theme of her book as well. So let's start. I'm going to use all 4 colours and just see what I think. I'll give you a rundown as we go, or afterwards. So I'm back with some eyeshadow, with the eyeshadows on, and I've put some mascara on as well. So I'm going to let you know what I thought as I was applying it. So the colour payoff is better on brush to eyelid than it is on finger swatch to skin. I will say that first of all. So if you were disappointed by the look of the finger swatches that you saw, then don't necessarily use that as a guide. So I used the shade here as a underbrow underbrow, yeah, underbrow highlight. I popped this one all over the lid, this one in the inner corner, and this one on the outer edge, just to smoke it up a bit. They do take a lot of building. I don't mean that is always going to be a bad thing, because it depends what you're looking for, but this shade is definitely still the one that has the best colour payoff. This one takes an awful lot of building. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing depends on your skills with makeup, what you're looking for in makeup, and what you prefer. But as you can see, it's still built up to a really gorgeous plum colour, but that just took quite a while to do. This one went on straight away fine. These two, they are very, very fair, so again, they do take a little bit of building. This one kicked up quite a lot of dust. This is the most matte of the colours, but the rest, the fallout on them wasn't too bad. Definitely less than something like Urban Decay, which, even though I love as eyeshadows, do have quite a lot of fallout. The thing I loved most about them, just from the first impressions of putting them on my eyelids, is how easy they were to blend. So maybe that's because they do, in general, take quite a lot of building up, that they are more easy to blend afterwards. Yeah, but overall pretty good. $7.99 for the whole quad. You probably wouldn't get a huge variety of looks out of it, but I absolutely love the shades. I think they look really, really gorgeous on the eyelids. So I'll be wearing this for the rest of the day, obviously, so I will try and put a little annotation up on the screen of how they fared over the course of the day. I did put an eyeshadow primer underneath them, but if I'm ever reviewing eyeshadows, I do that because I rarely wear eyeshadow without primer, if at all, so it's only fair that I judge this with primer on as well, but just so that you're aware. So moving on to the lip glosses, I got 2 from the range. I think there's about 7. These cost $6.99, and I got I think the nudist shade and the sort of most bold shade that she's got in the collection. This lighter one is called Written in the Stars, and this darker one is called Starry Starry Night. She's named everything in the collection after stars. She says she's got a thing for stars. I think it's quite nice that she's personalised it in that way. Packaging wise, I mean, lip gloss packaging is pretty standard, isn't it? But I do like it. I like the way that she's gone for sort of black and silver with everything. She could have jumped on the rose gold bandwagon, the copper bandwagon, which is really, really popular, but probably going to date, to be fair, whereas silver and black are kind of much more sort of classic, aren't they? So I'm probably going to wear the lighter 2 of the shades today, but I will swatch them both. So Starry Starry Night looks gorgeous, or it is. Really, really pigmented actually as well. Quite an opaque gloss, that one. So that's how it looks. Gorgeous, very sort of raspberry red colour, isn't it? They do have a scent actually. As I said, I've got a cold, so they smell sweet. It's a nice scent, but it's not too overpowering. It smells a bit like, you know, when you go into a pick and mix stall at the cinema and you can smell all the sweets in one go. That's kind of what it smells like. So this one is more of a nude colour. They're Written in the Stars. Oh, it's quite a browny nude actually. I'm not sure if that's going to be my sort of thing. It reminds me, the colour-wise, of a more browner version of Tanya Burr's lip gloss in Afternoon Tea, actually. Yeah, this one smells really sweet as well, so that definitely don't have another lip gloss in this colour, so I'm glad I went for this. These feel gorgeous. Do you know what? These are almost like a lip cream rather than a lip gloss. She did say, I watched her video where she launched the products, and she did say she tried to create a formula that was her favourite type of formula, come to think of it. Which she said was less of a glossy, sticky formula and more of a creamy formula. That's gone on lovely. As you can see, it's a really glossy finish, but it feels really creamy. Do you know what? It's not sticky at all. Which is good in terms of comfort, but the only thing that makes me wonder is how long it will last, because normally glosses need a little bit of stick to them to make them last on your lips. But I actually really love that colour. It's a gorgeous neutral colour. You could wear that with everything. So there we have my first impressions. Again, for the lip gloss, I will try and put an annotation down here on how it fared over the course of the day. But ignoring longevity and everything else, it's just my literal first impressions. I really am impressed with the lip glosses. I love the formula. I love both colours that I've bought. Maybe I will go and buy some more. No, I shouldn't. I've got plenty of lip glosses to be going on with, but I'm going to get lots of wear out of both of those, I can tell straight away. The eyeshadows I think look lovely once they're on. I am pleased with the look they've created, but there's not much about the eyeshadow that stands out to me as different or better than other eyeshadows I've already got. So they are lovely. I'm not regretting buying those at all. I'm sure I will definitely wear them. But for me, just from literal first impressions, the lip glosses are the standout product from the range. So let me know if you have tried anything and what you've thought of my first impressions. Do leave a comment down below if you've got any recommendations of other shades of this, because maybe I will buy them. I haven't yet decided. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see weekly videos, and I will see you next time. Bye!